Hello everyone and welcome back to the Learning English 360 channel. Today we are going to have a very honest conversation. This topic, the distraction trap, how your phone is stopping your fluency. Many of you message me saying, I have been trying to learn English for years, but I'm not making progress. You feel frustrated, you feel stuck, and you feel like you just don't have enough time. But I want to challenge that. I want to ask you, do you really not have time or are you just distracted? Let's look at your day. You wake up, and what is the first thing you do? For most of you, the answer is reaching for your phone. You open Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, and you start scrolling. 10 minutes become 30, and 30 minutes become an hour. You consume content, but you don't create anything. You are in a constant state of low-level entertainment. This is the essential problem. You are training your brain to be a passive consumer of information. When you finally sit down to study English, your brain is already tired, drained of its dopamine, and unable to perform deep, focused work. You think you are too busy to learn, but the truth is, you are spending hours every day in a state of distraction. You aren't giving your brain the silence it needs to process a new language. Language learning is not a side activity you do while your brain is busy with social media notifications. It requires deep, intentional focus. If you only give English the leftover energy of your day, your results will be leftovers too. You must choose to prioritize. You must reduce the noise that surrounds you. Many of you feel like you aren't smart enough to learn or you don't have the talent. That is a lie. The real issue is that you have lost the ability to focus. Modern life has fragmented our attention. We jump from a video to a text, then to a notification, then to a meme. This constant jumping is the disease of the modern learner. It prevents your brain from entering the flow state needed to acquire a language. You need to increase your capacity for deep work. This means putting the phone in another room, turning off the notifications, and giving yourself 30 minutes of complete, uninterrupted interaction with English. When you engage in deep work, you aren't just memorizing grammar. You are building connections. You are reading a paragraph and actually understanding the logic behind the words. You are listening to a podcast and feeling the rhythm. This is how you build long-term memory. It is important to realize that 30 minutes of deep, focused, undistracted work is worth more than 5 hours of passive listening while you are scrolling through social media. You need to ask yourself, why is English important to you? Is it just a dream or are you making it a priority? If it is a priority, then you have to defend your study time. You have to treat that time as sacred. When you tell yourself, I am going to study for 30 minutes, and you actually stick to it without looking at your phone once, you are building more than just language skills. You are building discipline. And discipline is the crucial factor that separates those who speak English fluently from those who stay stuck in the same place forever. Stop blaming your lack of talent. Start looking at your screen time. If you spent half the time you spend on social media actively engaging with English, you would be fluent by now. It's not about having more time. It's about having more focus. You have the potential. You have the access to the world's best English content. The only thing missing is your willingness to disconnect from the digital noise and connect with the language. Are you ready to make that choice? Rule 2. The synergy of effort. Why hard work needs smart work. In the first part, we talked about removing the digital noise and finding your focus. But now, let's address a common trap, the grind trap. Many students think that if they just study harder, stay up later, and cram more vocabulary lists into their brains, they will eventually become fluent. They define success by the quantity of their effort. But let me be blunt. Hard work without a strategy is just a faster way to burn out. On the other hand, there are people who look for hacks. They want the secret app, the magic shortcut, or the one-week miracle method. They want to be smart without doing the work. This is the other side of the coin. The reality is that true mastery requires a synergy of both, high-intensity focus and high-precision technique. You need the engine of hard work, but you need the steering wheel of smart work to actually get to your destination. Think about it like building a house. If you just throw bricks around as fast as you can, that's hard work. But without a blueprint, you'll just end up with a pile of rubble. If you have the perfect blueprint but never pick up a brick, you have nothing. To reach fluency, you must combine the two. What does this smart work actually look like? It's about efficiency. Most people spend their time on tasks that offer the lowest return on investment. They read textbooks about grammar rules that are rarely used in real conversations. This is not essential. Instead, you must choose to focus on high-frequency input. Use your deep focus time to consume materials that challenge you, content that is just a little bit above your current level. This is the crucial technique that forces your brain to bridge the gap. When you use the right techniques, you can achieve in 3 months what the average student struggles to do in 3 years. One of these techniques is active recall. Don't just read an English text once. Read it, put the book away, and try to explain what you just read out loud. This forces your brain to stop consuming and start producing. It is important to realize that your brain learns much faster when it has to retrieve information, rather than just recognize it. Another essential element is the feedback loop. If you are just listening to English, but never checking if you are actually understanding the nuance, you are just guessing. Use a dictionary, check the grammar in the context, or record yourself speaking and listen to it later. By closing the loop between your input and your understanding, you reduce the time it takes to correct your errors. You are effectively debugging your brain. You don't need thousands of hours if you have the right intensity and the right method. You just need to require yourself to be intentional. Ask yourself before every study session, what is my goal today? Is it to understand a specific accent? Is it to learn how to express an opinion? Is it to master a new set of phrases? When you approach your study with this level of clarity, your brain works at a completely different speed. Remember, the goal is not to be a busy learner. The goal is to be a results-oriented learner. You must increase your efficiency by letting go of old, passive methods and embracing these high-leverage techniques. It feels harder at first because it requires more mental energy, but that discomfort is the evidence of progress. That struggle is where the magic happens. It is a healthy, sustainable, and powerful way to build your fluency. You are not just working. You are engineering your own brain. And that, my friends, is the fastest path to where you want to go. Rule 3. The identity shift, why you must stop learning and start living. We've talked about deep focus and combining hard work with smart techniques. Now, we face the final barrier, the assignment mentality. Most of you treat English like a school task. You feel the weight of your goal and think, now I have to go learn some English. As long as English is a task on your list, your brain will resist it. The solution is to shift from an assignment mentality to an identity shift. You need to stop learning English and start living in it. Make English the environment where you experience your life. If you love technology, read about it in English. If you love cooking, follow English-speaking chefs. When English becomes the means by which you enjoy your life, you are studying every time you feed your curiosity. This is the healthy way to avoid the burnout that kills so many dreams. When you stop studying, you stop feeling the pressure to be perfect. You aren't a student anymore. You are a person who uses English to learn, grow, and connect. That is a level of crucial psychological freedom. Also, address the fear of the outsider. If you feel like an imposter or think you sound different, embrace it. Your English identity is a new version of you capable of accessing worlds you couldn't reach before. You are expanding who you are. Don't reduce yourself to your native language. Increase your boundaries by adopting this new way of thinking. Stop looking for a method or a course. Look for a way to integrate English into what you already love. Make the language the water you swim in. Fluency is not a destination. It is a state of being, the ability to forget you are using a language and simply focus on the message. You have the tools, the focus, and the strategy. The only thing left is to start. You are capable of mastering this. It only requires you to show up, be consistent, and keep your curiosity alive. Thank you for letting me be a part of your journey. Now, go out there and live your life in English. If you've listened to this far, you have the willpower to succeed. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so I can help you on your English learning journey.